All right, strap in, everyone, because today we're taking a deep dive into a hockey league that's like no other.
Interesting.
We're talking about the
A
HTFL.
Happy Time Friendship League, right?
You got it, the Happy Time Friendship League, where, well, the love of the game meets some seriously unique twists, you know?
Yeah, and what really stands out about the HTFL is how they really emphasize the friendship part of that name. Like, you've got the competitive spirit, of course,
Right.
but it's all wrapped up in this super fun, recreational kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've got this awesome tradition where the winning team, they don't hoist the Stanley Cup. They get a giant stuffed pink bunny.
A pink bunny.
They call the Stanley Bunny.
The Stanley bunny. That's amazing.
But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
In the HTFL, get this, the goalies switch teams at halftime.
Whoa, hold on. Wait.
Yeah, have you ever heard of a league doing that?
It's definitely a unique concept, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not something you see every day.
Right.
It really shakes up the strategy and adds a whole element of unpredictability to every game.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
All right, so let's jump into the action. We've got 2 games from Season 2, Week 8 to break down.
2 games, okay.
First up,
Right.
red versus blue. And right off the bat, you could just tell
Oh, yeah.
this was going to be a close one.
A nail biter.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you had Kyle Stevens from the red team scoring early, but then Mitchell Manning from blue, he answers back almost immediately. Back and forth they went.
Oh, wow.
Trading goals like it was like a hockey version of ping pong or something.
That's intense. Sounds like both teams are bringing the heat.
Yeah, it was intense. Then things got physical.
Go.
Dustin Abernathy on red laid this huge hit on Blue's Mike Fitzgerald. It was a clean hit, but, I mean, it was definitely a game changer, you know?
Oh, yeah. A big hit like that can really shift the momentum.
Yeah.
So what happened next?
Well, talk about a response from Fitzgerald. This guy comes back just 30 seconds later and scores a goal.
Wow. Talk about shaking it off.
Yeah.
You got to wonder if that hit fueled his fire, or maybe it's just something about the HTFL culture, you know?
Right.
Where players just thrive on that kind of adversity.
That's a really good point. It's not just about the skill, you know, it's the mental game too.
Mm-hmm.
So Blue, they took a 4-2 lead into the second.
Okay.
But Red wasn't giving up. Jeff Manning and Pat Perry, they both scored to bring them within 1 goal of tying it up.
All right. So it's getting close.
Yeah, but then Blue's Mitchell Manning, he was having himself a night. He completes his hat trick.
A hat trick, huh?
That's 3 goals.
Oh, right. For those who might be new to hockey, 3 goals.
Exactly. And he does it on a power play, too. So, you know.
A power play. Now, that's when a team has more players on the ice because the other team got a penalty, right?
Right. So Blue had this man advantage, and, well, they capitalized on it.
Man, he was on fire. But wait, wasn't Fitzgerald the one who got that big hit earlier?
You remember that? He apparently used it as, like, motivation because he goes on to score 2 more goals and basically seals the deal for Blue.
Whoa. Hold on. So he scores TWO more goals after that?
It's remarkable, right? 4 goals in a game is, I mean, it's huge, even in a recreational league like this.
You got that right. I mean, is Fitzgerald known for these explosive performances, or was this just, you know, everything clicking for him at the right time?
Interesting question. Guess we'll have to keep an eye on him. So final score ends up being Blue 8, Red 5. Let's talk goalies for a second.
All right, goalies.
Scott McNitt, in net for Red, faced a whopping 38 shots.
38? That's a lot of rubber flying at you.
He made 30 saves, which is, you know, admirable.
It is, especially considering the onslaught he faced.
Especially considering, right, Aaron Henry for Blue, he had a bit of an easier time. He faced 27 shots, saving 23. But you do have to wonder, you know, if that shot disparity had been closer.
Yeah, if it had been a bit more even.
Could the outcome have been different? You know?
It's definitely something to consider.
Okay, on to game 2, yellow versus green. And this one, wow, what a contrast to the first game. Yellow just dominated from the get-go. Their first goal was this, like, crazy scramble in front of the net.
Scramble?
Yeah, a lost puck, a quick pass, a shot, a rebound, and bam, goal.
Sounds like pure hockey chaos. So who managed to capitalize on all that?
It was Mike Lagamba.
Lagamba, okay.
And folks, that goal was just a taste of what was to come.
Oh, really?
The Mike Lagamba show was about to begin.
All right, let's hear about this show.
This guy was unstoppable, scoring early, scoring often. I mean, we're talking a level of dominance you just rarely see, even in pro
Okay,
leagues.
stop. Hold on. How many goals are we talking here?
8 goals total. It's unheard of in most leagues, even at this level.
8 goals. We're definitely going to have to dissect that performance in more detail later.
But let's not discount Green Team entirely.
Oh, yeah.
They managed to make things interesting in the third period with Nathan Henry scoring a couple of goals. You know, they weren't going down without a fight.
Sounds like a valiant effort. So every time they tried to make a comeback, Legamba would just shut them down.
He was like, every time Green gained a little momentum, Legumbo would answer right back, almost like he took it personally or something. It makes you wonder, you know, are we seeing the start of a rivalry between Legamba and Henry?
A rivalry. I don't know. I mean, one player scored 8 goals and the other scored 2. Is it really a rivalry at that point?
That's a fair point. Maybe rivalry is a bit too strong a word at this stage. But, you know, there's definitely some competitive tension there. Something to keep an eye on as the season progresses, you know.
Definitely something to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the final score for this one?
The final score for Yellow versus Green was 9-5. And let's look at our goalies again. Scott McNitt, he's back in net.
Mid's back. Okay.
But this time for Yellow. And he faced an unbelievable 51 shots.
You get 51 shots. That's got to be a new record for the HTFL.
He was under constant pressure, but still managed to make 42 saves.
That's incredible. I mean, the guy's a wall.
Aaron Henry, playing for Green, faced 26 shots, saved 21. So 2 very different games, 2 very different performances from our goalies.
Yeah, they both had their work cut out for them.
Absolutely crucial to how their respective games played out, though. You know, they're the last line of defense, standing between a goal and, well, pure joy for the opposing team.
And, you know, in the HTFL, with that unique goalie swap rule, they're also playing a part in the other team's success, which is just, it's wild, you know?
Yeah.
You don't see that anywhere else.
All right, so we've got 2 wild games under our belt. Some incredible individual performances, a whole lot to unpack. We've seen close games, blowouts, everything in between. But one thing's for sure, in the HTFL, it's all about the love of the game.
And maybe a little bit of bragging rights, too.
And maybe a little bit of bragging rights. The HTFL has a fantastic YouTube channel where they post all of their game footage. You can find them by searching for HTFL Hockey Club or at HTFL Hockey.
Perfect.
And for stats, standings, player profiles, and more, you can visit their website at thehtfl.net.
And, of course, huge thanks to our sponsors. Silly Boys Hockey Club. Their website is www.sillyboys.com.
The best.
Superpuck at www.superpuck.net.
I love those guys.
Advanced Career Institute. Go to www.advanced.edu for more information.
Awesome.
And Fowler Productions Video Services. Their YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/HTFL Hockey.
This has been Riley Bardown
And Ollie Postanin. Until next time, keep your stick on the ice and your head in the game.